Welcome back to Talkin Cowboys. For Clarence Hill, I'm Charean Williams, Cowboys beat writers for the Star-Telegram. And Clarence, let's start with DeMarco Murray, because that's on everybody's mind this week. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? I think the good sign is he is at practice on Wednesday, padded up that hand, and we know Emmitt Smith had the same thing. The fourth metacarpal was broken in Emmitt's right hand. It's actually DeMarco Murray's left hand, had surgery on Monday, and already back at practice. We know how tough he is.
There's no doubt, and he's out there catching passes and soft tosses and doing something. He's limited in practice because he's not doing full speed and not really working with the first team, but he's out there doing something. Jason Garrett said that they need to see him do something on the practice field, certainly with the ball, before determining whether he's going to play or would try to play this week. And from all the way the things looked, DeMarco Murray's going to play on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts. There's no doubt about that. And you can see in his mindset, we talked to him last week, it's important for him to play 16 games and be out there for his team. It's important for the Cowboys. It's not a game in which the Cowboys can just say, we don't need DeMarco Murray. I mean, this is a must-win for the team. He means so much to that offense with his physical style. He's the personality of that offense, the way he runs the ball. They need him out there, and he's going to try to go.
Cowboys are certainly better off if they have Doug Free at right tackle, Zach Martin at right guard, and DeMarco Murray in the backfield, and that's what they hope for on Sunday against the Colts. But they keep saying they're not going to change their offense regardless of who's out there, if it's Jeremy Parnell at right tackle or Mackenzie Bernardo at right guard, or in the backfield if it's Joseph Randle and Lance Dunbar. They feel like they have an identity. It's to run the football, and they feel like they'll be able to do that on Sunday against the Colts, who, by the way, are one of the worst rushing defensive teams in the league.
But no doubt. They're going to do what they do, and they've said it all along, all season long, whether it's against Seattle, whether it's against Philadelphia, whether it's against Washington, whether it's against whoever. We're going to be who we are. It's about us. It's not about them. And the Cowboys have a run-oriented personality and offense. And you look at Tony Romo is having an MVP-type season, and it's because of the running game. You look at that game against Philadelphia, the headlines were Tony Romo and Dez Bryant were amazing. He had 3 touchdown passes. He had a 129 quarterback rating. But beyond the numbers, they ran the ball 42 times in that game. They didn't run it well, but they ran it a lot, and they stayed true to the run. They stayed balanced, which opened things up on the outside. It forced the Eagles to play man-to-man on the outside for Dez Bryant to make big plays down the field. So, yeah, they're going to be who they are. They're going to run the ball. That's what they should do. And if they have DeMarco Murray, all the better. But if not, they're going to do it with Joseph Randle and Lance Dunbar.
You are doing a story this week on their home field disadvantage. We know they're undefeated on the road. They got 1 road game remaining at Washington. They have never in their history won 8 road games in a season. They have a chance to do that this year, and probably will do that considering the Redskins and how much of a disarray they're in right at this moment. But big game for the Cowboys at home this week, where they're only 3-4 this season. Clarence, on talking to guys in the locker room, we know that the stats, they've played better teams at home than they have on the road, but beyond that, kind of what's the deal with the road disadvantage this year?
Or or home disadvantage, and certainly I look at it as it's all about Tony Romo. When Tony Romo is healthy, this team plays well, and let's break down those losses at home. The first game, against San Francisco, coming out of training camp, Romo in his back, and they didn't manage that back well. And he talked about he didn't look good. We watched that game. He certainly didn't look like himself, and he did some things in practice after that game, taking some days off to look better. He started looking better as the season went on, and certainly as in the month of September, you saw a stark difference between him and that first game against St. Louis. I mean, against the
Titans.
No, the first game against the San Francisco 49ers, and certainly to next week against the Titans and the like. And also they had the turnovers. I mean, that game, they got away from them early. You look at the Redskin game when she got hurt, no bigger reason for them to lose than Tony Romo gets knocked out of the game. The next week they play 11-3 Arizona Cardinals, have the best record in the league without Tony Romo. The other loss against the Philadelphia Eagles came on a short rest. Tony didn't, after the Giants game on a Thursday night, Tony wasn't at his best. He wasn't comfortable. You saw that. You certainly saw the difference between him playing against the Eagles in that game and certainly this past Sunday when he had 10 days off. When Tony Romo's rested and healthy, they play well. That's for some reason, that's been on the road and not at home. This time, Tony Romo is at home. He should be rested. He should be ready to go. He should have a better performance.
Well, we know one thing. There are a ton of playoff scenarios, but there's only one way the Cowboys are guaranteed to get in, and that's by winning their last 2 games. So stay with us, and we're going to join you after Sunday's game, and we'll see if that's a Cowboys victory and if they still control their own destiny. For Clarence Hill, I'm Charean Williams.